San Diego, California.
San Diego.
I want the call.
No, you didn't.
What?
Yeah, it has rained for past 3 days, but still the weather hasn't been that bad. We still go out and did our walks and.
How long y'all gonna be there? I miss y'all.
Oh, we're leaving after this.
Oh. Nice hotel.
Thank you.
I'm nosy, huh?
Room. I mean, tiniest of room.
What happened?
Out the window. I think she probably just hit the wrong button.
I wish I knew she would have been this long. I would have been over there fluffing in your balls.
That's why I didn't tell you.
Well, you missed out.
Of?
Fluffy. Oh, you heard about your girl, Patti LaBelle?
Oh, what happened to Patti LaBelle?
She dating like a 20-year-old.
You better get him, Patty. Peppermint Patty.
If you were single, would you smash an 80-year-old? I'm good, dude.
It's Patti LaBelle though.
I brush her hair. I'm like, can I just brush your hair, Patty?
Nah, son, it's Patti LaBelle. Just on GP, I'd have to, at least a couple weeks, couple months we can hang out.
No, I'm cool.
No,
come on, man, it's Patty. She get to hitting one of these jump offs like this, like you hit it real good. She
damn, dog. I don't know about that. I'm cool on Patty.
To each their own.
Patty, look, she's shaped like my mama. I'm good. That's disgusting. Ooh, shoot.
But her house real nice.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'd rather live in my bad conditions. I'm sorry.
Good, James. I'm glad you have some kind of standards. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a hypothetical situation.
I understand, but still, Patti LaBelle, like angel.
Yeah. I can't. I don't even look at her like that. Like,
good, you shouldn't. She's older than your grandma.
Yeah, if she bent over, I would move. I would turn my head, like out of respect.
Out of respect.
Oh me.
To each their own. Just kidding. DJ Hams. Good morning, DJ Hams. What up, Chris?
Oh, I like Hams. Chris Pumphley. Good morning, America. You know what, America?
She's an awesome cook. Good morning, Chris.
They heard our conversation?
She's an awesome cook.
Well, I could cook too.
I'll make it myself, thank you.
Oh man, I remember. God bless her. She just passed away. Sister Thomas, my mama friend.
Uh-huh.
We lived with her for a minute, and she was making some chili, and she don't have teeth, right? And she would and we were poor, and so she would mix the chili with this wooden spoon, and then go like this, and suck on the spoon and put it back in there. And I'm like, but that was the best chili.
That was the secret sauce. Her backwash was like the secret sauce. Like she didn't put that extra spit on it, it wouldn't have been good.
I feel like back in the day when they did things like that, like they knew that it was gonna be like cooked, it was gonna be disinfected.
Still
like all over. It's not like now. All moms did that. All grandmas did that.
I know.
Still did. Even when I used to
be like going to the pump to pump the water to wash their hands and all that.
Yeah.
I used to
make sanitizer.
When I made Kool-Aid, I would do the same thing with this like Kool-Aid spoon.
Disgusting.
No, this was really disgusting. Like sometimes when I would make it and I'd be tasting it and I wasn't tasting it fast enough, I would put my face like in the jug and drink it out like that and then refill it.
And I could see that happening. Drinks out of a carton.
Who?
Batman.
I would never. I would never drink nothing from your house again.
You
Yeah,
does.
you will.
We had to talk to
No, I
him
won't.
sometimes, and he
You know how long ago that was? That was back
asked-
when I was a tween.
No, well, that was back then, but I did not know you when you were a tween. I knew you when you were an adult. I'm just saying.
And you was doing that then.
A while ago, but I'm saying I believe that.
If I bought the jug, I'm drinking out the jug.
No, there's other people drinking that orange juice and apple
That's
juice.
disgusting, dude.
It
You
ain't.
laughing? You terrible.
In our family, we all shared from the same glass. We all use the same.
I can't.
But what's the difference between the container?
Yeah,
We
in our
sharing cups
family,
anyway.
in a household that's not like huge, but like you don't want to do that because you may have company, so you don't want to practice that. But we share from the same, drink that we get from McDonald's or restaurants. I have no problem sharing germs with my children. I should be immune to all children's germs.
All the stuff we do to each other, we better not be talking about no jug, cause
I remember when I was young and I used to be bad and I used to smoke weed and drink, and we used to set the same bottle and the joint when it come to me, it's all damp, it's leaning like this. I used to be like, oh, come on, I had to break it. Oh, Cheese, don't break it. You breaking the weed. I'm like, dude, y'all nasty, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't been a drunk on the corner swagger. I can't do it. That's when I would have been sober. Like the same crack pipe. Could you imagine? Like, damn.
No. And that's like that's like when you watch somebody roll a blunt, it's like, man, that's a very intimate thing.
Yeah, it is.
To have somebody roll a blunt because their saliva is all over that thing. From the beginning to the end. As soon as they start taking off the whatevers, and then right.
I think I had one homeboy do it like this. After he did all that, he did like that.
Yeah, I seen it. I had homies that do that. Yeah.
I was like, are you giving that joint oral, dude? Like, come
Morning,
on.
Erica. Hey, Erica. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's too much.
It's pretty
real
gross.
intimate, like you
It is. I don't know what comedian it was, but he was like, "Hey, why don't you just spit in my mouth, man?" Like,
hey, James, wish Erica happy belated birthday. Was this past Monday?
Oh, happy birthday, Erica! I got.
Wait, what? For Erica. No, it's not.
Erica.
It's not Erica's birthday.
Continuing to celebrate this Monday with
her birthday is in July because I remember we established that because I was like, whose birthday is it? And she was like, well, my birthday is coming soon, but it's in July.
Really?
So it's not Erica's birthday.
Yeah, she's lying. Her birthday is the same day as my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Erica, quit lying. You trying to get a free happy birthday.
Her birthday.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad. Her birthday's in July near James's birthday? That's cool.
Yeah, her birthday's in July.
Okay, then we'll know that it's me.
Can you stop saying my name like a school teacher?
What'd you say?
James. Like, damn,
you having flashbacks?
I don't like it. Because I'm sitting in the chair in front of a computer and she's saying it. I'm nervous. I'm getting bubble guts. I always got to shit when I go to the office. I'll be like,
You know what that was to happen to me after school. After school, when I be walking home, that's when my stomach started hurt because I knew I'm about to go home and get in trouble. It's like, man,
so yeah, that. I gotta figure out who was it that I was communicating with that said that we'll be continuing to celebrate on Monday with a friend.
Was it Shakalaka?
No, Shakalaka's birthday was actually yesterday. So I was like, wow, that's cool. Like another person so close. But whoa.
Oh, it's all good.
You should just
it's all good.
We'll do a couple more minutes and then we'll get started because we got a lot of content.
You don't tell me what to do.
James. Knock it. James. Okay, every time we need to get his attention. James.
How's everybody feeling this morning?
I like flowers.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
You ain't gonna tell me what I do.
I know you don't like flowers.
You ain't gonna tell me what I do like.
You don't like flowers.
I do.
Anyway, how you guys doing this morning while we wait for the rest of the people to start making their way in?
Look at me being poor, asking people what they
Oh
doing.
my
Cause
gosh!
they
Just
dead.
answer the question.
Oh, you asking? I thought you was asking the audience.
I'm asking. Well, I'm asking everybody, I guess. But yeah, you too.
Oh, you're so sweet. Come here. Come close to the thing.
Mm-mm.
Come here.
No,
Come
no,
here.
no, no,
Let me
no,
get that. Let me get that book out your eye.
no, no, no. So can you?
Have you ever looked at somebody close and be like, "Oh, they ugly"? Is that nice? I remember I seen an ugly baby, and I didn't want to think it because Camille was pregnant, and I was like, because they say your baby, you know, and I was just like, in my head I kept saying that baby ugly, and I was like, stop, like it was drooling, and it was like drooling for no reason though. I think it even had a little peach fuzz. I was like, that baby look 30 years old, dude. That's a grown ass baby.
Baby would
like that
for no reason.
Yeah.
That made me be like, Google Gaga nigga.
Jeez.
Yeah, that baby was a slave before, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Yes, it is. You know who I thought was ugly? Or no, I won't say ugly. I would just say hard to look at. Is the comedian, is the Latin comedian, George, what's his name? George Lopez. George Lopez is hard to look at.
Yeah, he's not easy on the eyes.
He is very hard to look at. Like it's like he looks like he's made of clay, and he's just
and I'm like, weight. That's
yeah. So he must be a real good
lover.
Well, he must be something for his wife to look like him, or good provider and all that stuff, because that man is rough on the eyes.
Yeah.
A little sad because a few people know I announced. Huh?
What?
What do you say?
Who? Good morning, Aunt Christy. But I totally understand, Erica. I feel like it's probably likely it's a combination.
Oh, your coworkers.
What happened?
Likely it's a combination of age and this stress is really getting to everybody. Erica has
is that coworkers?
Of her coworkers that have announced that they have been diagnosed with cancer.
Ouch.
A few of them?
Yeah, she's
damn. God bless them.
Yeah. I do find stress is a causing factor of a lot of antibodies and cancers and stuff that builds up in people's systems. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why it's good to let that stuff out. No, you didn't. I didn't play the intro yet, Miss Christie. I didn't play the intro yet.
Good morning, Auntie. I didn't know she was on here.
She just came on, but Good morning, Miss Christie.
You ready to get started?
Get started with love.
Yes.
I like socks. You ever wear socks backwards?
I don't know what that means.
Yes, we are ready to get started.
I've been watching on the Instagram, DJ Unique. There's a lot of people stealing your style. I want to say it. I can't say it out loud, though. When you be like, me.
That's not my style, you fool. Oh, is it not coworkers, just people that she knows? I'm like, okay. Still sorry to hear that.
Prayers are with them.
Wait a minute. Should we be calling Cheese Buki? Is that his name? Is that your name, Buki?
No, my auntie just being silly.
I don't know. That seems fitting.
No, my name is. If you want to know my nickname, come here. Put your ear to the phone.
No, Buki.
No, it's Pigpen.
Pigpen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like that one. I like Buki. Intro.
Party people. Cheesy. Unique. Yo. What's up? Yo, it's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. It's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. Ha.
That was cool, right?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Unique and Cheese Show. Special guest KK is in the hood. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Shout out to Erica. Shout out to Christy. Shout out to DJ Hams in the building. Who had anybody else here? Chime in. Let us know you in here. We got a lot we're going to cover this morning, so let's jump right in. seemed like the talk of the town. It's the whole Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, Oprah Winfrey, Pierce Morgan's, like everybody thrown up in that jump off. So I just kind of want to know where everybody stands on this whole Meghan Markle, Prince Harry thing. I guess we all have our opinions. I'd like to jump in before I start diarrheaing out the mouth of what are you doing? This guy's a fool. Anyway, KK, you want to kick it off first?
Well, good morning, everybody. Yes. Well, when it comes to the English royalty, I feel like I'm not like deep in it, but I have followed when Princess Diana was a princess, and I have watched the entire series of The Crown that was on Netflix, and a few other documentaries. When it comes to, I guess, Piers Morgan and the celebrity, I'm with Piers because I don't know exactly how long has Meghan Markle been with this in the royalty.
4 years.
4 years. 4 years. This is something that she had walked into openly. Nobody forced her into this. She dated the guy. She got into it. I think she needed to be ready for what she was going to receive. Because she's not just a person, and she is a title. It's like a business in the royalty. Mm-hmm. So I felt like she probably said,
hold on. Sorry.
I'm a princess. She wanted that fairy tale, everybody adore me, love me, and in my opinion, but it didn't turn out to be that way, and it became pressure. It was something that just came from the left field that Harry probably didn't train her for what was to come. So I feel like I'm with Piers in this.
What do you mean? What do you mean you with Piers? I'm trying to understand.
I do not feel the full truth is being told. I feel it's more of her hurt, her pain, her disappointment that is coming out rather than the actual royalty, because it is a very strict, a very difficult. It seems like it's all easy and you guys are being catered to this and that, but there's a lot of work involved being in a upper position in the crown, the royal family. Like, having to wear clothes that are designed for you by particular people. She wants to change that. She doesn't want to follow the rules that has always been. She wants to change it. But you can do all that slowly. Take your time. Change. You should do all that stuff. But you can't just come in and say, hey, everything's going to change. I'm not going to be like you guys because I am not like you guys. And you can't make me be like you.
Word.
I don't know.
And that's where I see it also to a certain extent. So I watched this. I didn't see all the other interview, but I saw another thing that like a Vice video about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's exit, their whatever they call their exit from the royalty stance, and it was one of those things where she just fell in love with a guy. That there's rules that come with being with that guy. Long story short, they weren't into those rules, so they was like, all right, we cool, we don't need none of this, so we out, which I thought was cool, because no, you can't, like, Cheese, if you came to our house and you came to the house was like, nah, son, I don't like where that couch is, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this couch has been here forever, and you're like, nah, I need you to move that couch, for me to make me comfortable, I need for you to move your couch. So I thought the whole thing, people being surprised that she was treated differently when she got there. I don't know why they were surprised that she was treated differently. I'm like, you guys,
that part,
are we kidding? Are we kidding here?
Yeah, come on.
So I do like the fact though that she was like, well, I can't conform to what you guys do, so we are out. We out of this. So and I thought that was a smart move for everybody. It should have just been wash your hands and move on. Where I think the fault lies in a lot of this is the media and the people eating this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already made their decision that they didn't want to be a part of that system. Now that they tell about it, everybody's acting like, oh my God, I can't believe. And it's like that's why they left. But they left.
But don't you think they was forced out though?
No.
I mean, from the what I took from it from the interview with Oprah, they were forced out.
I mean, if it gets hot in the kitchen, then you do leave. But it's they have rules the way that they do things. You know what I'm saying? And it's been this way for hundreds of years.
Erica makes a good point about how they make comparison to her and Kate.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how they wouldn't. I mean, Kate is likely, if all it falls, will be the future. But like Kate came into it, she was a woman who did not have attachments, who had the education, who led the life, who conformed to. She was willing to live, to change her ways, or adjust her ways to be a part. But
so y'all sound like y'all didn't believe nothing them two said, Harry and Meghan said.
Oh no, don't get it twisted. I believe what they're saying. I'm saying is I'm not surprised.
You have to be stronger. You are a leader of your country. You can't have your personal. You were gonna be attacked. You had to have been ready for that. Queen Elizabeth had been attacked for over 80 years, even before she was a queen.
Her attack is different though. Her attack was racism, right? Wasn't her attack a racism?
Also, a female to have, ruled and have dealt with all these men of the world and having to been talked about, being disrespected, not in front of her face, I'm sure, but to be disrespected because have happened. No, I truly believe, and especially even when they try to compare her to Princess Diana, I actually liked Princess Diana, and I don't appreciate that they try to compare her to Princess Diana's situation.
So you don't like Meghan?
I know nothing about Meghan, but I feel like she stepped out. She quit.
I don't agree with that.
And in a certain way, because I really don't have a stance on any of this. Because I don't subscribe to royalty. It's hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to just subscribe to royalty, to think that a bloodline is special and better than everyone else. I can't subscribe to that. It's just whatever. But my thing was, I like Meghan Markle's character because she fights for what's right, and I think that's a beautiful thing that anybody should be able to do. Right. But then sometimes you need to know when you're playing chess. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to checkers. And she was in a what she considered a hostile environment, and that sucks. Yeah. But as somebody who wants to make change, sometimes you got to stay in the fire just a little bit longer so you can make the proper things that need to be changed. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to change those things, then go ahead and leave and wash your hands of it.
If you're not being protected, you know what I'm saying? Like, because now
okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you're not being protected, then you step back, and now we're playing chess. Okay, yeah. I see how y'all doing this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think one of the most unfortunate things is that a lot of it would happen when she was pregnant. So the hormones are on tilt, and you know what I'm saying, and it makes the situation even that much more sensitive, and that sucks. But
we outside looking in, though. We don't know how difficult that could have been. Especially,
we don't know.
I mean, the racism. They never had nobody that looked like her in that place, and they don't want nobody that looked like her in there. Let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure it was brutal. It was hatred in there, and they not gonna clarify and put those people out there, which I feel they should. If you're gonna speak about it, speak about it. If you're gonna spill it, don't spill half the beans.
Go in.
Go in, dude. Go in all the way. Like, dude, don't protect nobody's neck. Like Wu-Tang said, don't protect the neck or something like that.
Word.
Just go all the way in, dude.
Yeah.
I'm totally with you on that, James. And what I'm saying is, knowing that you are entering into this marriage, you are half Black. I don't exactly know what her race is, but she is not of their kind. Mm-hmm. And she is coming into it with a child from outside of royalty that is not, knowing that she's coming in so different.
What do you mean outside of royalty? I'm sorry.
Her son is not Harry's kid. Her first child is not Harry's child.
She don't have her first child.
That is her child. That is her first child.
That's her first child. Is Harriet's child. Yeah, and that's royalty. But they, yeah.
No, that's no, yeah, no, that's our first baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I'm my bad.
Hey, JB, right? She said, I believe that she had to do what was best for her, but at the same time, she has a responsibility to the crown and her husband. From the beginning, they should have known that it was not going to be a carnival ride. It was going to be cutthroat. I agree 100% with what JB Wright is saying, because that's what, and that's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? We're on the outside of looking into what these royalty, what they do. That's what they do. They have rules to what they do. You know what I'm saying? You can't come in and make it be about your feelings, because as KK can attest, because she watched the Queen thing. I didn't watch it, but The Crown, I didn't watch The Crown. But one thing that I did when I would walk through is that lady had to keep her mouth shut about a lot of stuff that she could have opened her mouth about. It's a tough job. That they don't go to the news and be like, oh, there might be racism in here. Like they are mums. They are hush on everything.
And they said the hardest thing to do is not react, not respond. That's the you have to
not about your feelings,
because you are a queen and you have to think things through. What does
I think it's but
people happy.
But you're dealing with something different though. These are all white folks we're talking about. That was born there. First of all, we're talking about someone that's from another country, right? That's number one. Number two, another she's different. She don't look like them. She's considered less than, right? In the eyes of white America, right? So first of all, she's dealing with a whole nother fight than anybody. So how dare we can say that she can't say nothing, she can't speak, that she has to take it? Hell no, dude. It's a whole nother monster. Until we live in her in that lifestyle, I don't think it would be too challenging.
So there's two things that you said on that. She's from a different country, so you can't take what you grew up knowing and add it to somebody else's upbringing. You can't. That you got to understand how they live their life, because you going into their world. They not coming into yours. That is as an American and as somebody who's mixed. She's going into a world that's not hers. That's not her world to just walk in there and be like, yo, son, y'all got to treat me fair. They're like, nah, son. We not coming in your world. You coming in our world.
We're talking about racism, though. That's what we're talking about.
It don't matter what the ism is.
If they paint themselves we love everybody and we love black people, but just you can't mix them. You can't bring them in our home. You know what I'm saying?
They never said they love black people.
Well, I'm just giving an example. But when you hear them, if you say they racism, the first thing they're gonna say no. But what is racism? Only because you take care of black people and you think you love black people until your kids have a child and get married into that, especially if people of power like them, then it's like, okay, that's racism and clear as fact.
But so what? You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at it. So what?
Getting out of royalty, this big old life that we cannot 100% understand. I am in an interracial relationship, right? And if I was enter into my in-laws' household, I would respect their ways. Of course, I would be influencing them, after they're comfortable. But I, as one against 100, I could be easily seen and easily picked on in order to not get you. And I've dealt with racism. I came into the country at the age of 9. So in order to have to actually, work to get away from that way, I have to let them know, hey, I'm not those derogatory terms that they would call. I am a person who understands. I don't automatically look at you and see, oh my God, I need to back up. No, I had to pick myself up to say, hey, go talk to that person, He's like anybody else. As I was told, don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know the book by reading it. And then after you read it, you don't like it. Okay, well, good. You got to know that book. You read it. You experienced it. You're good. But, for me, for our family, first they had to know who I am, get to know who I am, and then slowly conform. They like me. Okay, and when you like people, you slowly let them know, okay, well, what are your thoughts? Oh, what would you like to be? Just, that's not happen, but it happens little like that. But when you try to just enter and say, hey, I want that to be black, but like this is called the white room.
Right.
You know, like, why are you doing that? 4 years is really not a long time when somebody has reigned for over 70 years and you're trying to butt heads with that.
I don't think she was trying to butt heads with that. I think we're taking it out of context. I don't think she was trying to butt heads. I think, like, yeah, we know she didn't. You know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. She's not trying to butt heads. So this always comes back to if there's any fault in this, it's media and it's people. It's unfortunate that everybody's given an opinion, and you know what I'm saying. So it's unfortunate that everybody feels that they need to judge every little thing that she does. That's awful, and it's something that none of us could probably ever imagine because we're not under that kind of microscope. But that comes with the territory. That comes with the job. That comes. Princess Diana, she couldn't even wipe her butt without them being there, flashing the camera of her wiping her butt.
But we can't put them side by side because she haven't dealt with racism.
Even not with racism. I'm just talking about the media. That's all I'm talking about.
The media. That's the one who painted it.
That's I know
who created it. It's so horrible.
Racism is bad. Racism is bad. We get it. Blah. But what I'm saying is, none of this stuff works if everybody stops paying attention to it. But as long as everybody eats this up, like, oh, Meghan Markle wore tennis shoes today, and everybody's eating that up, and they got to see that monster will always be fed. Like, and it's always going to be somebody have their opinion that other people are not going to like.
I think it was said also, like one of the cousins 2 years ago came into one of their dinners or something with this. What do you call those things that you appended? Where it was so racist. It was the black face with the red lips. Don't quote me.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So she was dealing with different things like that, and just the media just attacking them, and they're not trying to protect her at all. And then she say, "Okay, I feel like I'm having a mental breakdown. Can you guys help me?" Word. She can't even get help with that.
Yeah, it sucks.
So,
it sucks.
Morgan makes a great point. Who did she go to? Who of the upper royalty did she talk to? And why is that person not fired? Like, why?
Because they're protected. You don't think they did it because she's black and they don't want to protect her?
Right. I understand what you're saying because that's what the other people want to do. Why is she not letting them know when she's telling it all? Who was this person that she went to?
Right.
Who did she tell, and why did they tell her this? If this was to come out now, that person may be questioned as to what are you doing? Yeah. Why didn't you help her? Why are you causing this? You know, she's family. Maybe that could happen, but did she name who she went to? Was it
no?
Maybe,
and that's what makes it very vague. It makes it super vague. It's just to say I reached out for help and I didn't get it. What does that mean?
When you say tell all, but don't tell us who you told this to, who you.
I think didn't she say she went to the what is that when it's at your job? She went to the what is
human
that?
services or the
human resources because they operate like a corporation, right? She went to human resources, said, "Hey, I'm having this challenge. I'm having this problem. Can you guys help me?" They said, "No, we can't help you." Exactly. That's what she said. You know what I mean? Because we all just giving our opinions. We don't know exactly what happened, but that's what she said. So I can only believe what she said until they speak out and say whatever, and then maybe they covering their ass. I don't know.
What I want to know is, who did you talk to? Name that name, and that's where you can get it started. But if you don't name that name, how are you going to pinpoint to start the process?
I see what you're saying.
That person. Why are you?
I think they all work together.
Clearly, did not help.
Even if they all work together, Meghan and Harry don't work with them. So give the name. Say the name of the person that you did. Say the name.
Tell Harry. Harry seems like that would be a dream husband, a man who takes the wife side 100%. He was willing to let go of all his royalty, his glamour for his wife. Why did she tell him? And why is he not willing to go to that person and be like, hey, why did you do that to my wife?
Word.
Why, are you mistreating? She is my wife. You know who I am. You treat her the same way as you treat me.
That could have been a foot down situation. Yeah, like, no, see her. Yep.
I think you guys, I don't know if you guys understand fully.
No, we understand fully, and this is the same reason why on the Pierce Morgan thing when he was arguing with the Alex guy is that there's a difference between listening to somebody give their opinion, and there's a difference between wanting having somebody we want them to agree with you so bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's like
I
understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I just want the important thing is there's not just one side of a story. There's so many sides to this to a story.
I'm sure they know who this person is. What I'm saying is, why are they saving them by not having this name be outed? Why are they keeping it in their little secrets when clearly this person does not need to be in that situation as a human resource representative?
Right.
So you should be no longer having that job. You should be apologizing to this person. If this person said, I am depressed, I don't want to live, I can't handle the pressure, you need to help me. I can't believe they said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. And she would, you need to out that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and she's a out that person type of person. Like she's been fighting ever since she was 11 years old. Mm-hmm. So I give Meghan Markle, I will never ever say that she's weak or anything like that, because this woman's been on her game ever since she was young. Like, she's built by her mom. Her mom made her into a strong, independent young lady, and I think it was a lot of it was a culture shock to get over there and have your "I am proud, I am woman" stamped down. Like, nope, we don't do that here. Shh. I'm gonna need you to go. Shh, we don't do that here. So, and the fact that she's mixed didn't help either. So she had like 2 strikes going against her coming up in the party, and I my hats is off to them. All I say about this situation is that if people stop putting other people's lives above their own, then we wouldn't we wouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And it's cool that we're just sitting here talking about it, giving our opinions about it. But you know what I'm saying? We just discussing it.
It makes good conversation regardless. I mean,
and that's why they did it. I mean, you can't not say that you don't want to be in the public eye if you sit down with Oprah Winfrey and you have a conversation for the world. You know what's going to happen when you say these things to Oprah Winfrey on primetime television.
Say Oprah like that again.
Oprah Winfrey.
You kind of sound like her.
So you gotta kind of think though, what is the driving force behind this? Why do this? Why sit down with Oprah and say these things? What's the point? You already left. You're already gone. You already washed your hands of the situation. What are you gonna? And now you're trying to fight it from the outside back in again. So I would say leave it alone.
I think why they mentioned it, because the tabloids was saying all these lies they felt about them leaving. Wait, just hear me out. Okay. And then so what they did was like, we're gonna clear the air. We're gonna say our side. We're gonna break our silence, and this is our truth, right? Because like you said, it's like what is that saying? I think my mom's or grandma used to say it's always 2 truths or something like that. It's that person. I don't know. But so it's always, I know I lost you because I lost.
No, it's like it's his side, her side, and the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's what they were just trying to do, tell a truth. You know what I mean? You can believe it, not believe it. You can, like you say, we read more into it. It's a great conversation piece. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like you said, I wish you can discuss, DJ Unique, how we spoke about it off air. I don't know if you're comfortable saying that, how we play this part and we look at these people as gods, but they're not even true royalty, if we can say. Like, how did they get those positions? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How many people they stepped on to become these people? I mean, like, if we're going to dissect it, let's dissect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how we started the conversation, me saying, I don't even subscribe to royalty.
Yeah, you did.
I can't do it.
But you didn't. I love the way how you broke it down when we discussed it.
But I don't look bad at people who do. There's a whole world of people, they love that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So to each their own. All I'm saying is just for me, I can't tap in. I literally the creator would have to come to me and be like, these people are better than you. And I'd be
And
like, oh, okay.
I still be like, no, God.
Are you sure?
He'd be like, geez, you stand in one bedroom. You're poor. I'd be like, so what, God? I'm still the truth.
So just real quick to get off that so we can move on to something else. But the whole Piers Morgan thing when he stormed off the show.
It was so childish for that.
It was very childish to storm off the show, like, you know what I'm saying? But as much as it was childish for him to storm off the show, I thought it was very, very, very strange, odd, and unnecessary how that Alex dude, the weather dude who was having a conversation with him, he was having a one-sided conversation, and he did not want any questions from Piers. He did not want to answer any of the things that Piers was asking him. He never answered really any of the questions because Piers was basically like, well, who's racist? So like who is doing this stuff specifically? And the Alex guy would just dance around and be like, this stuff happened to me and I can relate to Meghan Markle. And it's like, bruh, congratulations, but can you answer my question? And he never answered the question. All he kept doing was like, could you imagine if you had a wound right there? All he kept doing was poking Piers in the wound. Like there was nothing he was trying to accomplish other than to get a rise out of Piers. And I guess he won because Piers took the bait and stormed off like a little baby.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see that. I watched the whole thing this morning. I didn't see that. I felt like he allowed him to talk. At some points, it got a little heated, a little personal on both sides. But I felt like he made his point, and he made his point. But I felt Piers didn't agree with his point. He didn't want to accept it. You know what I mean? Like to me, and he got upset because he was doing. The other guy was trying to be personal with him too, though. He was saying like, "Well, you had a relationship with Meghan." You know, I thought that was being kind of petty too. But I was like, why would you storm off? You're a professional, dude. Like, take the heat, bro.
He should have took the heat. But what I saw out of the Alex guy is like, you ever get in an argument with your wife, and it's kind of like the argument's a little bit over, but she got to keep on saying something.
That's her.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you already made your point. Why do you have to keep on? Why are we still arguing about this? And that's what I saw the Alex guy doing. It's like, you made your point, dude. Why are you still going on? Like, he was too passionate about it on a morning news television show. Like,
I think the passion was maybe I'm wrong for this. The passion was he was showing you the racism in this family that you guys seem like, not you guys, but them people seem like they didn't want to get and understand.
And you gotta have to understand that let's say you find out that you know what I'm saying, your mom was in a gang and she used to beat people up and you never knew about it.
She was a Crip?
Yeah, she was Crip cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? And imagine you find out your mom had been Crip cousin. It's gonna take you a second to be like, no, she wasn't Crip cousin. Like, no, your mom was Crip cousin. So you're not gonna believe it right off the jump. Yeah. Somebody that you love and adore, and everybody's tearing down these people that you love and adore. They're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, you're right now. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. That was excellent. That was a great analogy. No, seriously, I like that one.
I'm gonna see how much of this we can do. Hold on.
That's important.
Of finding a different way to explain, not to you,
but
to so many people.
If you listen to me,
what is being said is so wrong.
Right.
I've walked into institutions as the only person of color and experienced covert and overt racism on so many occasions. And why the Meghan interview really resonates with me is because an ex-work colleague, not of this show, but of another, I was worried about the shade of cocoa that my son was going to come out.
Right.
So I fully.
Can we pause that right there? Okay. Now,
Was his son chocolate milk?
I don't know what color he ended up becoming. He said, what color Coco's? Okay, now just real quick. I know that there could be a racist connotation behind asking somebody what color their child might be. But being parents of interracial children, even we discuss, I wonder what the complexion of the child is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that Piers was saying that I kind of agree with him is, it's not always coming from a racist background. It's coming from just people being inquisitive. I wonder what color the baby's going to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? The mom's real light, the dad's real dark, and I wonder what color the baby's going to be. Like,
but how they explain it on the interview, it was clearly, to them, they felt that it was racist, how they said it. Now, they didn't go in detail, so now we assuming what the conversation was, right? Maybe it didn't mean that way, but if they had a problem with it in the issue, they felt maybe it was racist towards them. It wasn't like, oh, it's your baby's gonna be light-skinned, or is it gonna pass for white or black? Then we get it, but I don't think that was the conversation. You know, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and we're all assuming, and even that's what Pierce was assuming too. And I think that's a fair question to say that maybe somebody was just asking because they were being nosy. Like,
and he admitted that the guy we talked. He said, "Yeah, I agree with that," but he's saying with the interview and how they explain it, I don't think it was they didn't take it that way.
Word. So like,
that is behind all of that.
Right. Let me ask.
And when you're mixed race, what you find, in my personal experience, and there may be other people that may come forward and say this, is that when you are a lighter shade of black, people gain confidence and feel that they can say things to you that they wouldn't say to a black person.
That's such an interesting point.
And that is my experience of all of this.
Right. And by the way, I completely respect that. Right. And that's why I wanted to get you on the program today. It was my suggestion to have you on to talk about this.
But Pierce, and thank you so much for having me on the program. I really appreciate it. But I just want you also to be aware of the power of your words. And I'm not saying that you're a racist, but what I do...
What are you saying?
Do you know what I honestly feel? I feel as though because of your previous relationship with Meghan Markle, you've sometimes...
I didn't have a relationship with Meghan Markle.
But you met up with her, you knew her.
I knew her briefly.
Right, so we joked about it on the show.
All that did was... So I'm allowed to...
Did he hit? He didn't hit.
Yeah.
Speak.
Okay, talk.
All that did was inform me that she's a bit of a cut and run.
Right.
Throughout her life, all her family, her father...
Was it a cut and run?
Yeah, what is that? That sounds terrible.
No, a cut and roll is that basically when things get a little difficult, then she takes her exit. Like when it gets a little hot in the kitchen, then she leaves the kitchen. She's a cut and run. She cuts and runs. Yeah, she cuts and runs.
Her ex-husband, her ex-friend, they've all been cut out of her life, right? And it's an interesting observation that I happen to be one of those people.
An interesting observation, but I do feel
can I finish
this situation that you are struggling...
Guys, if we're going to have...
See, it's stuff like that. I would start getting pissed off because here I am giving my explanation, and he's just keep talking. He's not even listening. It's not really matters about my feelings right now because I can relate to Meghan Markle. It's like, bro,
this conversation.
You've got to let me talk.
I talk.
Right. Can we talk about the programme? It doesn't really matter what I think of Meghan Markle. It doesn't matter whether I believe her or not. What matters is the damage that she is accused of doing to the royal family. And let me ask you honestly, on the issue of race, she has now got the whole of America and the worst of the world, frankly, looking upon the palace, the monarchy, the Queen, everyone in the royal family as a bunch of racists. And it all comes down to two things that she said in the interview. One, is something she didn't hear, but Harry reported back to her, that a senior member of the royal family that wasn't the Queen or Prince Philip, so presumably is either Charles or William, we would hazard a guess, has made a comment to Harry about what colour skin his baby may be if the relationship progresses.
Okay, but there was concern about the way in which that question was asked.
That's my question for you. She said there was concern. Harry didn't say that. And my question for you is this, and it's a straight question I think a lot of people are asking. Because you've been in this position, right? And you've been...
I like how they say been.
On the receiving end of that question.
Is there a qualitative difference between somebody perhaps innocently saying to you, out of interest, if you have one parent is white, one parent is black, what colour could your baby be? Let me finish. What colour could your baby be? Is there a difference between that question phrased in that innocent, perhaps, way, and somebody doing it in a tone that says, well, how dark is your baby going to be?
Well, I think,
in a derogatory, perhaps racist tone.
Exactly, and there is a difference. But what we're getting from the interview is that it was said in a negative way.
She said that, but he didn't, did he?
Listen, stop separating Harry and Meghan. They are a team, quite clearly. A very strong team. And I do believe that she backs him up and he backs her up.
Right.
So, and like I said, tone and language is everything.
But is there a difference?
When it was said to me,
the
key word was, are you worried?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But that to me is racist.
And there's a big difference.
That to me is racist.
But that's what she reports.
But do you think it's racist? It's a legitimate question many people have asked. Is it racist, do you think, if for argument's sake it was William, or Charles. Let's not put a name to this person. We don't know. And part of the problem, I know you agree with me about this, it'd be easier if they just said who it was. Right. I'll come to that. But is there a difference? If it was said, perhaps in all innocence, right, and they just said, oh, what colour baby might you have, without any suggestion of it being a concern or a worry if it had darker skin, would that in itself, would just the question be racist?
That in itself is fine, but you have to think about how it feels on the receiving end, because what we're speculating is as to how that message...
I don't know how it was communicated.
Right,
what I would say to you is, if it was done as a worry or concern...
We also have to take into consideration how it felt. The other thing that we also have to think about, and I've publicly said this on Twitter, Piers, I agree with you now that I feel that they should have named the person, because all it's led to is all of us asking loads of questions. And I personally am looking at the royal family as to which one could
Who's the racist,
Who's the racist?
Moving forward.
You can't muck around with facts. She got the facts wrong on that. It's been demonstrated today in every paper that fact is simply untrue. There's been no discrimination against Archie in terms of being called a prince because of his skin colour, because he's not entitled at the moment to be called a prince. Just the rules of the palace. Set 100 years ago.
The trouble is she's explaining her experience.
Exactly, she's explaining her experience of it. And you know what? We've not walked in her shoes, so I wouldn't...
I don't care what your experience is. If the facts you're basing it on is wrong.
You're still entitled to perception. You know,
not about a fact or not.
And that's also coming through lived
but Alex,
experience.
on that one, you're not entitled to...
I
don't care about her feelings if the fact is wrong.
What concerns me more is the comment about the colour of the baby's skin.
Right back to the same thing again, because this is the part where I got a little frustrated, because I present you with facts and you still tell me about your feelings.
What facts did he present? He's assuming also.
No, hold on.
Base that claim unfair on the ones who are left. But say it is a future king that said this in... I'm sorry, on that second part, on the first part, I agree. If it turns out, let me make it crystal clear where I stand on this. If it turns out that a senior member of the royal family, a future king perhaps of this country, we don't know who it is. I don't want to cast... The aspersions are being cast because they won't say. But they have eliminated the Queen and Prince Philip. So they've gone halfway, which I think is incredibly unfair on the ones who are left. But say it is a future king that said this in a derogatory way. We can't have a racist king.
We can't.
So that, to me, would be racism. If it was said derogatory... But the second part of the charge, that Archie has been banned from being a prince because of his skin colour, is just untrue. It's nothing to do with racism. The fact itself on which he's based that claim is not true.
Except her perception appears to be that it might have...
Now, you see, that's troubling water. And that's enough of that. But that's troubling water to me, because now we're going with perception over fact. It's like, what are we doing as people? Are we only going with, oh, this is what I think it should be, when we can look at what it is? This is like, what was that thing they posted with is the dress green, is the dress blue? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how you see it. How do you see something beyond what the fact is? So, I don't know. I'm done talking about
Me too.
The royal family.
It is what it is.
Blah. Well, we got to wash your ass, brush your teeth for this idiot that was in an Uber and decided to give this guy a hard time with his life. Don't know if you guys have seen this video of the women that was in the...
they was idiots.
They were
idiots.
Hold on. Here we go.
Terrible.
Terrible, period.
Seen the latest upsetting video of yet another Asian American being attacked. Over the weekend, an Asian Uber driver was coughed.
Okay, why is it important to point out that he's an Asian American?
I saw that. I heard that.
Because she said it twice in like less than 10 seconds. Why is this narrative being pushed so heavy now?
That didn't have nothing to do with him being Asian.
No, it's about her being an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
By a woman who even ripped off his mask.
It was all-out war in an Uber over a mask. 3 women are hassling the driver because he says one of them refused to wear a mask. Watch as she does the unthinkable, coughing on the driver. Then the irate woman grabs his phone and rips off his mask.
You don't touch my property!
The driver says he even drove them to a gas station so she could buy a mask when they first got into his vehicle.
I never said anything bad to them. I never curse.
So, who is the woman in question? We've learned she has
Malaysia
dozens
King.
of modeling pictures on Instagram. Today,
Who
she
doesn't
is
have modeling
apparently
pictures on
admitting her
Instagram?
outrageous behavior.
All I did was take his mask off.
No, you didn't.
And
He's
coughed
so
a little
ratchet.
bit, but I ain't even have corona. He lucky as hell I ain't have nothing on me.
She claims the driver was trying to force them out of the car. Police are investigating the incident.
She needs to be charged.
She was. She got
And the
arrested.
cheerleaders. And the cheerleaders. Those two other girls.
Yeah, she got arrested and charged with assault with caustic chemical, assault and battery, conspiracy, and violation of health and safety code. So it was funny though, because at the end of her video that she posted on her Instagram, she was like, "I don't even want to ride an Uber. I ride Lyft." Ha! She got banned from Uber and Lyft for life.
Oh, she dumb. That's what she. Out the taxis banned her too.
Hell yeah! You walk. You go to car dealerships trying to buy a car. They're like, "Hell no! You got to walk everywhere."
She can't get on the bus. She can't even buy a skateboard.
They're like, "No."
Can't get a bike for me. She can't even buy shoes. Nike be like,
nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, she was that was hella ratchet and so unnecessary. What's the point? Just put a mask on. It says it before you before the car comes to arrive to pick you up, you need to have a mask. Period.
And this is how you know she has no common sense or intelligence. Because even if I watched that, I would have went back and said, you know what? I apologize. I was terrible. If she would have did that, I would have been like, oh, okay. We all human. We fall down, we get back up.
Turn up.
She like, like, come on, dude.
That's all I did. I didn't even do nothing. All I did was snatch his mask off. Why is everybody tripping? Y'all stupid. I could have did way worse than that. I'm an awful human being. Turn up. Anyways, we got two wash your ass and brush your teeth today. She is one of them. She is one of them. But it's a good segue that you said that, you know, people fall and then they get back up. Right. So I would like to know what everybody thinks about the return of Stacey Dash. The actress and former Fox News pundit Stacey Dash has fallen on her sword, and now she's denouncing Donald Trump, and she is distancing herself from the conservative network. Dash claimed that anger led to her mistakes. She said, "I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable and it will destroy you. I made a lot of mistakes because of that anger. There are things that I am sorry for, things that I say that I shouldn't have said, but I said them anyway. They were very arrogant and prideful and angry. And that's not who Stacey is. That's who Stacey was." If you can remember some of her most notable comments, including getting rid of Black History Month, she said to shut down BET in interest of equality. And of course, she was riding hard for Trump, even when he said things about the people in Charlottesville. And when he made the claim that Mexicans were immigrants and drug traffickers and rapists and stuff, she co-signed that too. Now Stacey Dash is like, "I'm sorry, being that they're not in power no more. Can I come back and hang out with y'all now?" So what do y'all think about what y'all think about Stacey Dash trying to make her way back into the opening arms of the people?
So she's denouncing a guy who's already been denounced. So why? I feel like she just wants to get on the end. I'm looking her up right now. She seems to be like old enough. In 2016, she was 50 years old. I feel like, I don't know what anger she have been going through. I feel like this is just jumping on the bandwagon. And next thing that comes up, she might be on that too.
Yeah. I still date her though.
Come on, Stacey. It's okay. Don't let them talk about you like that.
Big bag.
Trump wasn't that bad.
But I agree with what KK is saying. I feel like that ship has sailed now, and it's like, well, since that party's over, what y'all doing over there? So I don't know, man. We'll see if she can make her way back in, especially the Black community too, because she was pooping on the Black community like
she
heavy.
Was terrible with it.
She was Candace Owens, but cuter.
Yeah, she kind of got. That's why every time she says something, I'll be like, she is cute though. But that other girl, I'm like, ew.
No,
How
Candace
dare
is,
you?
Candace is cute. Candace is not ugly. She's cute.
Miss Sexy,
You didn't say that earlier.
I don't think I really much have an opinion on that. I don't think it would be that big of an deal. You know, I'm glad she apologized, and if she does walk, I mean, she can show with her actions as to how it is, and I think that is the loudest that you could really stuff out there.
Word.
If she really truly means it, then hey, I'm glad she's on the board.
What do you think she could do to possibly ease her way back onto the scene and everybody be okay with it? Does she gotta like host the BET Award or something? Or
Ease your way into the scene. Just, you know, be yourself and let them come to you. You know, live your good life. Be that Stacey Dash that Cheese is after, that, you know, that she has been 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago. Be that person that everybody thought that she was, and be that. You know,
I like
live
that.
your life and they'll come to you.
I like what JB Wright said. That's the truth, because we are a very forgiving community, and that's I think that's it's like a beautiful thing, and also an Achilles heel of the community is too forgiving. Like, Lord, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna say that.
I think if she tries, it might be more of a backlash. But I think if she just
natural,
you need to keep having yourself be seen, but don't force.
Yeah, I like what KK said. It has to be organic. It has to be natural. You can't be forced upon us, because we looking at you like, come on, girl. We see you from a mile away.
She's like, look, see, I like to twerk and eat chicken at the same time. You see? Can I come home now?
She's gonna interview with dookie braids.
Big old earrings.
She's gonna change her name to Shaquanda.
That was old Stacey. This is Shaquanda, girl. Like, y'all just anyway. So we'll keep an eye out on Miss Stacey Dash. Another kind of wash your ass and brush your teeth, and I'm not 100% sure this is a wash your ass, brush your teeth. This might just be a interesting scenario. But so now the coach of Georgetown, Patrick Ewing, was currently at Madison Square Garden for their win, or their top-seeded upset win over Villanova. And he was taken aback because he said he was accosted by security who asked for his credentials all throughout the arena. And he was like, are y'all tripping? I'm Patrick Ewing. This is Madison Square Garden. Like, this is my home. Like, y'all tripping. Like, come on, Crip Cuz. Yeah, so you would hope so. So okay, this is a conversation that KK and I was having last night. I'm like, there's so many different ways you can see these scenarios. My first thing is, what a strong word to use the word accosted. When I hear accosted, that sounds like they put their hands on him. Like they was like, yo, son, who are you? Where are you going? You know what I'm saying? Who you know here? Like, you know, that's accosted. Yeah. May I see your credentials, please? It's not being accosted. That's being asked to see your credentials. Now, of course, if we was going by ego, then your ego should be worshipped for, yeah, I'm Patrick Ewing, and my jersey is retired in the rafters, and everybody in this building should know who I am because I put in like 10 years in here for an amazing career. Even I'm the dude that missed the layup, you know what I'm saying, when I should have dunked it. Maybe he should have threw that in the argument too. But what if the security was just doing their job? What if I'm a security guard and I am by the book about my job? Happy birthday, Shakalaka. I'm about to book everything about my job. And in my book, it says that everybody who's walking through here has to have their credentials on. I don't care if it's Bubba the Fool. I don't care if it's your mama that showed up. If you don't have your credentials, you ain't getting in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's the two different ways you can kind of see how this gets played out. I just think it's... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but we have to understand their track record. The New York Knicks and the ownership and all that. Their track record is pretty bad. Just a year ago or 2 years ago, they did Spike. So, and then they did your boy Charles Oakley, and the list goes on. So their track record is not too good on this.
Word.
On their veterans and on their people who established them to where they at now. So
word. What DJ The Force said, how about he just didn't know who he was, which is 100% possible that I don't. Okay. A lot of tall black guys come here. You know what I'm saying? I can't separate who from who. Where are your credentials? You're supposed to have, you know what I'm saying? Does he not have an assistant with him? Like, does somebody not need to carry your credentials with you? We got rules that goes on here.
Was it consistent though? You said
he was only there that one.
Harassing him all the way on up. Like, it should have been once or twice. I get it, but if it's more than 3 times, it's like, come on, y'all. Y'all didn't get on your CB and say,
I know, right?
Hey, that's Pat, dude. Don't bother him no more. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
But from what I read, this was after the game was over. They had won, and they were to be celebrating. So this man was already on the sidelines coaching.
See?
Been on the indoor screens. I mean, like, he's been in and out a few times. It seems like,
absolutely, KK.
And as soon as Unique mentioned Patrick Ewing, I watched basketball a little, but I was not a fan. I watched what was on screen. I didn't follow it, but immediately his face came to mind. I know who Patrick Ewing is. I know,
because
few of the players. I'm thinking like, okay, if he was the man of Madison Square Garden, then, I mean, you could simply make that one call on your walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
So
technology.
So all these technology, I can totally understand it. He did not recognize, he did not know who he was, but what was he wearing? Did he not have other people there with him? Those things are also questions. But like, Patrick Ewing, like, you've earned that.
Absolutely. And you can tell when somebody's famous, how they walk and the people they surrounded. And then he's at the, people were screaming his name. Like, they didn't see that. He didn't sign that one autograph that security guy didn't say, oh, I'm just going to do my job still. Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, it's true. It's true. But do we bend the rules because your jersey got retired here?
Yes.
Who do we not bend the rules for if we're bending the rules for everybody? You know what I'm saying? My question though is what Filthy Spoon. No, we're not talking about monkey sex anymore. Turn up. My question would be, saying, what does the word accosted mean in this scenario? You know what I'm saying? How uncomfortable did they make him? That he has to be like, why are you guys asking? I'm Patrick Ewing. I play basketball here. Look at my jersey's retired. Where's your ID, bro?
Yeah, I don't think he ain't built like that though. I don't know him personally, but he don't seem like he's built like that.
I mean, I would hate for Michael Jordan to be stopped at the
come on
stadium, like, sir, can I see your credentials? If Michael Jordan would be seriously? I'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Call.
Like, Jordan probably can get in any arena though.
You would hope so. You would hope so. But like, there are non-sports fans.
Yeah, they are. You're absolutely right. You're right.
There's some people that I just work here. I don't watch basketball. I just work here. And all I know is that King Kong came here.
If you work here, you find out, you call people to say, like, and here I am saying this is the owner of this, location. I think like, at the end it's like, didn't you say like, should I be calling so and so?
Racist.
I mean, if I'm letting you know who the owner of this place is, I know everything about this place. Hey, that's my number right there. I mean, I'm sure he should have had his credentials, but he probably thought like, I'm Patrick Ewing. This is my,
He put a lot of seats in there. Yeah.
Word. And I mean, I don't want to go with the old stuff, but that kind of the same thing that goes with Spike Lee for that situation too. Yeah, for 100 years you get to take that back elevator. We changed the rules now. It's our building, not yours. So you need to go through the other way now. And it's like, period. That should be the end of the sentence. I don't understand because somebody has done something that you get special treatment because you can shoot the basketball real good. That's not fair. Just because you made some movies, now you get the special treatment above everybody. That's not. Come on, man.
I disagree with that. Like, some people like you don't stop Obama you know, and say, hey, you know who he is. I mean, even if you see the people around him, you just don't bother people just to bother people because you say, oh, I don't know who you are. I don't follow politics, or I don't follow basketball. You can tell people swag. You know what I mean? They can tell from me walking down there like this, like, hey, cheese.
Hey, Quasimodo.
Hey, can I see you?
It's that honorary badge that he has, even though you no longer play here, you're not a team member. But I'm sure the general manager, the owner, was like, dude, you know this is your house. You know there's any time.
Word.
Right.
Say those things, and that's, I'm sure, how he felt. This is where I'm loved. This is like my second.
Absolutely.
My home, and who is this person questioning who I am?
Word.
How dare you?
How dare you?
And I really felt this is a situation you just could have called and be like, the man saying his fact. Oh yeah, he's in the building. It would have been immediately just. I feel like it could have been immediately just taken care of. I looked at the word of cost, and I feel like, during this time, even if you were to have just came a little close to me, it could be seen aggressively, I feel, with the pandemics and so I don't know what the line is.
I know I'm arrogant. When I walk in the grocery stores with $100 in my pocket, I'd be like, nothing to me.
Get my bananas, boy. Yes, I would like a sample. Feed it to me. I'm bawling.
And they'd be like, are you asking for bags? I'd be like,
bag it yourself. Do not make eye contact with me. I have $100. Anyway, but either way, you know, the owners and the people who run the building, they did apologize to Patrick Ewing. It's like, you know, we know who he is, and turn up is a unfortunate circumstance that happened, and all's well that ends well. And here we go. Let's move on. All right.
Okay.
So there was a story in the newspaper, the New York Post. New York school encourages kids to stop using words like mom, dad in inclusive language guide. Okay, so there's a private school in Manhattan. It's called the Grace Church School in NoHo. So a Manhattan private school aiming to use more inclusive language is encouraging students to stop using the terms mom, dad, and parents because the words make assumptions about kids' home lives. So the Grace Church School in NoHo, which offers academic courses for junior kindergarten through 12th grade, they issued a 12-page guide to students and staff explaining the school's mission of inclusivity. The detailed guide recommends using the terms grown-ups, folks, family, or guardians as alternatives to mom, dad, and parents. It also suggests using caregiver instead of nanny and babysitter. It says that families are formed and structured in many ways at Grace School. We use inclusive language that reflects this diversity. It's important to refrain from making assumptions about who kids live with, who cares for them, and whether they sleep in the same place every night or whether they see their parents, blah, 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 blah. Now, here we go again. What are we doing? This is almost like participation trophy type of life. This is ridiculous. If somebody has a mom or a dad, or if somebody doesn't have a mom or a dad, that is their story. That's their story. That's their journey to figure out and navigate through life. Why do you need to coddle somebody who can't use the word mom or dad? This is ridiculous. And this is another thing where adults are making decisions for children. Ain't no kids complaining. Even if a kid's complain, oh, I don't have a mom, oh, I don't have a dad, one conversation you can have with them, they will understand and they move on with their life.
Yeah.
I like what DJ MJ Beast is saying. Yes, this is team too much. It's too much.
It's over the top.
Why?
Say again, KK.
Erica said it best. She's saying why? Why?
Yeah, it don't make sense. It's like me not having my dad or my mom's, and when I hear you say it, I'll be like, can you not say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can you not speak about your daddy because my daddy ain't shit? Like, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
That's so stupid.
It's past reaching.
Erica says, I'm not mad at it. They're keeping up with the times. I can't agree. I can't agree, Erica, because
my point is, yeah, okay, school, you got this 12-page thing for this to happen. How about if you want to start, you start it at the school? How about you as the teacher start being called, hey, adult figure? How about they themselves experience it from their students instead of saying, hey, everybody else? If they were to show it as an example within their little world to slowly get it out there, it may be something that might work. But they're saying, no, we're going to put this out there and this is how you're going to do it from now on. And I don't find that. It's like, why are you having me do? Are you doing it at school? Is this how you are? So my child is addressing you as, what is my child addressing you as? I mean, I like my kids calling me mother. I like my kids calling me mom. I like, and when we have paperwork to sign from school, they'll say, like, parental figure, can you please sign this? We have different terms that we use, but, joking manner, but not because somebody told us. It is a title. We own all those titles as parents. So why are they just limiting us who don't have problem with that, who are okay? I feel like because everybody else wants to be equal, now people who are just okay has to change their ways. And I'm comfortable the way it was. Why do I have to change my way? I want you to be comfortable too, but I don't want you to change me.
Yes. Yes, like, I know exactly what you're saying.
And I appreciate that you do the things that they do, different sexual orientation, jobs, race. I am okay with that, but don't try to change me. I will accept you as you are. So I am the type of person, I will ask you, I would say, is it okay if I ask you? Because I question, I'm curious, I don't know. I hope I'm not being offensive when I ask. This is how it usually starts when somebody is different. I feel like I'm being a little more personal about their life. But I want to know. So if you're offended, that means if you're offended because I want to know who you are, then I feel like you have the problem, not me, because I just want to know because I am in the unknown world. So accept me the way I am. I don't want my kids calling me adult figure. My
God, I'm your mama. I'm your daddy.
The person who gave birth to me.
Like, you are?
I don't want those. I mean, they can call me those, but like, I like mother, mommy, mama.
And what's crazy is that what they're saying is like this is inclusive. It sounds like you're excluding people that don't have parents, and no one's doing that. They're not excluded.
I don't even know who came up with this and why.
Confusing, and
the Grace School in NoHo.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, like, dang, who said, oh, this is a problem? Like, they must didn't have their parents neither.
It's a private school. Somebody must be saying, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we called her mom. Really? Now we're going to be picked on because we're calling our parents by
their name?
It's like, well, what? Well, little Timmy doesn't have a mom, so what? Maybe nobody should say mom because little Timmy doesn't have a mom. And it's like, that's little Timmy's individual journey. That's his story to, you know what I'm saying, to come out of that. And that's okay. That's okay.
So then,
it's fine. Everybody doesn't have to sacrifice for little Timmy's story. That's his story.
Right, next is uncle or auntie. Or...
No more uncles than aunties. It's your parents' siblings. Nope, can't say parents. Sorry. Oh, damn it.
It's so dumb, dude. It don't make sense to me. It's like it's reaching
too much. And what's happening, I think, with a lot of this is happening too fast. You know what I'm saying? I know everyone wants to fight for equality, but it's got to get to a point where we have to have an agreement of what is equality. Same thing with these this AB 1084 that's being introduced into law is if you have a retail store that has more than 500 employees, so the big chains like a Target or something like that, they want those retail stores to get rid of the girls and boys department.
So with you on that. Oh, yes. I am a terrible shopper and I need specific areas for
absolutely
when I ask for directions, I want them to tell me exactly where it is. I don't want to have to go and start looking because I'm not a good shopper. It actually gives me a migraine. Um, so yeah, I like for things to be where they are. If they were to be all together, sometimes I'm confused just looking at even the girls section, boys section. Like, do you think this is like? We'll question those two, but if they were to put it together, I think I would just never shop.
Let me break it down for the force. So this bill that they're trying to pass, this is starting in California right now. It said the bill will require a retail department store with 500 or more employees that sells childcare items, children's clothing, or toys to maintain undivided areas of its sales floor where the majority of those items being offered are displayed, regardless of whether an item has traditionally been marketed for either girls or for boys. The bill would prohibit the use of signage within each undivided area indicating that particular items are for either girls or for boys. If a retail department store places a childcare item, an article of children's clothing, a toy, or anything that be considered a combination thereof in an area of its sales floor outside of the undivided areas where the majority of like items are sold, the bill would prohibit the use of any signage with respect to the item that indicates that it is either for girls or for boys.
They making it too complicated.
These are adults. Children are not asking for any of this.
No, they're not.
And everybody's assuming that they're helping and saving somebody that's not asking for help.
Mm-hmm. That's a waste of bill, man.
This passes next.
Hey,
clothes are going to be combined. Dresses are going to be with suits.
Erica, just to give you a heads up, they're doing it for online also. If it's also a retailer thing online, they can't have girls and boys sections online either. So
you got to look through all the stuff to figure out which one's the boys and which one's the girls. Are they going to make the clothes unisex?
Yeah, they want the retailer to either put kids, unisex, or gender neutral.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Those would be the departments now. So it's
no girls' shoes, no boys' shoes,
just kids' shoes.
So the boys are excluded, girls are excluded?
Yeah, it's just kids, unisex, gender neutral. So there's no boy section, no girl section.
You want to include everybody, but you want to make it complicated for the people who are not. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'm just trying to get to where did we want this to go? Where is this going? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, what is the end goal?
I feel like in the future, the furniture is gonna be with the groceries too. I mean, like
all couches are created equal.
I mean,
right?
Like,
gotta put the rice with the milk. It's like, come on, y'all.
It's like eventually you're all gonna be wearing one color, and what is that one color gonna be? Because clearly pink is just, I don't know, to some people it's too feminine. Black is, wow, that's too dark. It sounds like eventually anything and everything will be.
Yeah.
And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Where is the line?
What's the line?
And we need that line to separate, because when my kids, I want to say, hey, just go to the young ladies section. Yeah, you want to look for a dress, you go to the young ladies section. You want to look for, undergarments, there's a ladies undergarment section, and there's boys section. How are we to give directions now? I feel for those retail salespeople who have to now deal with people like me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is bad at things, because I will be in those situations. Please, I need you to walk with me and show me, because
he's like, lady, I don't know what department to take you to. I'm so sorry.
Exactly. It's like, give me an aisle, letter, and a number. I can do that.
Like, hi, I need to buy clothes and toys for a human, please.
So when they unpacking at Target, they gonna just throw all the boys and the girls stuff. It ain't gonna be them. It's just gonna throw it.
It's gonna
y'all find it. You gonna be going through stuff. Could you imagine? Come on, you guys, for real.
Where we going? So I mean, it still has to be voted on. It still has to be included. But just the fact that they're fighting for it now.
I don't want to say it's dumb.
Do you think it will actually make it is actually made it to the ballot to be voted on?
Yes. Yeah, I think it will. I think it will. So you're gonna have people outside the of these stores with their pamphlets trying to get you to sign it. Like, come on, man, let's get rid of the boys and the girls department. And it's probably gonna be somebody on the other side like, no, can we please just keep the girls and the boys department? Like, it's okay. It's okay to say boy. It's okay to say girl. It's okay.
It's okay,
Because
man.
even within a gender fluid world, there's still boys and there are still girls. You can't get rid of something because we're adding new things to the equation. Keep the old stuff too. Shouldn't there be room for everybody?
Yeah, if it's not hurting nobody.
Say again, KK.
All they need to do is not put the signs up. They just need to remove the misses, the men's, women's. They just clearly this is the women's section. Clearly that's the men's section. I mean, if they're saying you can't have those signs, I believe stores will just not have those signs, and it'd be clearly like top section will be this. They don't have to say we're separating. This is just how our store design is.
Christy, yeah, it did pass. So it goes into effect on January 1st, 2024.
Oh, so it passed.
That's my assumption. It says the bill would also require retail, and beginning on January 1st, 2024, the bill would make a retail department store that fails to correct a violation of these provisions within 30 days of receiving written notice of the violation for the Attorney General liable for a civil penalty of $1,000.
Good thing we don't shop.
That's what's going down. Turn all the way up.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That is crazy.
Yeah, I like when I shop for a 6-year-old girl, I would like to say I'm shopping for a 6-year-old girl. Can you please send me to that section?
Word.
It's like they trying to brainwash us.
Yeah.
They really are. And what's unfortunate is that some of the things that they're fighting for, like no one's asking them to fight for. I don't know if people think they're being bored or if they're too woke. I think everybody's too woke. So when you too woke, I think you looking for stuff.
JMJB say, if I go into a store and accidentally buy some mom jeans, he gonna be hot.
You probably fit him too.
Oh, I want to see it. Can you take pictures?
No. Okay, so here we go. We are 1 year into the pandemic. What is everybody feeling, thinking, being that we're 1 year into the pandemic? Did it feel like a year went by?
Seems a little, yeah, I think so.
Any thoughts on us being in the pandemic for 1 year? This is why I like having guests.
It's quite interesting because right as the pandemic, the quarantine started, I got laid off. So I've been laid off for, it'll be a year anniversary in April. So, in the beginning, I thought, wow, this is the break that I was waiting for. I put in real hard for 15, 20 years. And I was like, okay, this is a great time. I'll take a break. Not the type I was looking for.
Word.
Not the type I wanted to at least take 1 or 2 trips. I wanted to, relax. But being at home, I guess it's relaxing, but like it's more stressful, I think. As time goes on, realizing that, oh, wow, it's going on 3 months. Oh, wow, this is 6 months. It's already a year?
No, that's crazy.
These weeks are going by so fast.
Yeah.
Slow down. And these kids, I feel for the kids that join their, peers to have that, socializing behind the screens. I don't know how they're being affected. So I know parents are probably working adult. I know people are really hard to figure out how to make it now normal. But I guess normal is what we're trying to get away from too. So another confused state.
If I could have DJ MJ Beats, can you kind of expound a little bit on saying the pandemic has really shown you how behind America is compared to other countries? And in what way would you say America's behind? DJ MJ Beats. I'd like to know about that. I also feel like this year, as long as it's been, it did go by really fast. Especially after I think March was like the longest year in the world. And then kind of after March, it kind of started going a little bit faster after that. But when it like first hit, it was like,
it was
this
dragging.
And then I remember we were doing the show with in January of last year, and we talk about, oh man, they got it's going down in China. That looks crazy. And
I remember that.
We was like, oh, I hope it don't come here. I don't care, blah blah blah. And it was like 3 months later, it was like, what is happening? Yeah.
Holy fact. That's crazy, dude. We did. That's like it was like a bad dream come true.
Word.
Right? My God.
The DJ MJB says Australia paid folks to stay home so they can so they really cleaned up and have no new cases turn up. And of course, with America, everybody's so free with their opinion that we can't even get folks to wear a mask. And that's been the thing the whole time, because even Mandy, KK, you met Mandy before with High School Nation. So Mandy, it was over in China teaching. She teaches over there. And I was asking her, what is the difference between what's going on in China and what's going on in America? She was like, in China said, put your mask on, stay inside. Everybody put their mask on and stay inside. America, everybody does what they want to do. And then we wonder why things are so bad, because people are too free that they don't want nobody wants to follow any rules.
Yeah.
Respect. They like to respect because they want to receive respect.
Yeah,
Word.
I was in the DMV last week because I lost my wallet, so I was renewing my license. Well, not renewing my license, to purchase another one. And they had it spaced out, right? 6 feet distance. And it was this white lady. She felt to distance herself, and you know how they had a little lines there so you can stand on to know where you're placed at the 6 feet distance. She comes like right on me, so I didn't want to say nothing, so I kind of moved towards the front, but I'm too close to the other guy, so I nicely said to the lady, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I think the line there." She looked at me and said, "Do you work here?"
Yeah.
And I go, "No, ma'am, I don't work here, but I'm just trying to keep both of us safe." And so the security noticed what we were having this debate, and she goes over there. She said, "Well, ma'am, this is the rules and regulations. You have to stay 6 feet apart." She was like, "No, I don't. You're bothering me. You're accosting me. You're doing this to me." And they allowed that lady to harass us, and to me, I looked at it like, if that was a black person, if that was me doing that, they would have escorted me out of there. You know what I mean? So this is the problems that we have, that people feel like I don't have to abide by the rules because to me, that's how I feel. Look at my skin color.
Word.
I can do what I want. Now you guys, y'all have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Chrissy, too. Like, your situation sounded like, did you see the fight they had at Bath and Body Works?
No.
It was the same scenario at a Bath and Body Works. This lady was too close, and the lady in front of her was like, "Yo, I need you to back up," and she didn't back up, and then they squabbled in there. Wow. It was like the employees at Bath and Body was whooping up on that lady.
But didn't that defeat the purpose of them distance? I'm not gonna fight you. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's even if there's like a minority amount of people that don't want to follow the rules, it's still the same problem. You know what I'm saying? If you have a country that says sit down, and that country sits down, and now they don't have the problem anymore, I think it works if everybody just listen and sit down. Because even the minority group, it's still a high percentage of people that don't want to participate in following the rules. So it's always gonna we're always gonna be behind.
That small percentage.
Oh man, but they whooped that lady's ass at that Bath and Body Works though. The employees was hitting her with soap and shampoo.
She probably at home standing 6 feet from her husband. Like, I got my ass whooped. I can't come close, baby.
Oh man, that
small percentage is like this lady, that Malaysia King, that affects great amount. This driver, she's not the only one that's going to be in the car. There's going to be many people that do that. So those 2-3 people that don't follow the rules affect hundreds, could be thousands, even in a day. I don't know what his business is like, but if one is affecting 40, yeah, you need to put that on and you need to follow, because
But it's not a big rule. I mean, what's so hard to just social distance and wearing a mask?
Yeah.
What is it gonna hurt?
It doesn't hurt anybody. You're inconveniencing me.
I mean, seriously, athletes are playing with the masks on.
All right, Miss Sexy E.
You know, there's people that are out there that are doing a lot more difficult things, working to save lives with those masks on. So help those people out.
Help, man.
You think further than yourself, then I think it really would help to
Heck yeah.
make the world better. Just one step. Think of your child. Okay, my child needs to be safe, so I need to keep this on. Then so much could be solved, I feel. But
absolutely,
you can only have heart discomfort.
Just do what you gotta. My breath stinks all the time. I hate wearing that mask. I ain't gonna lie. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I wore the mask and because I talk, and when I talk I spit. And,
God.
And the mask had the dry spit smell.
Can't you clean it?
No, what the thing is, I was going to the grocery store and I didn't feel like getting a new one, and I just wore it. And I did a deep breath in a cereal line, and I was like, almost. I was like, this is terrible, dude. But the thing is, the point of the story is, I wear my mask even with difficulty times. I wear my mask. Wear your mask.
I think the moral of that story is go to the dentist.
It's what I eat, brother.
Oh my gosh!
More of that story goes
in through his mouth and out his nose.
Yeah,
gross.
It was terrible. Kidding.
So another one of the things I guess from the past that they're changing in the future, and I don't really think many people have a beef with this, is Pepe Le Pew is being kicked off of the new Space Jam movie. So the Pepe Le Pew character will likely be a thing of the past across all media. Warner Brothers also has no current TV series featuring the skunk, and there are no plans to have him appear on Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny Builders, Tiny Toons, Luniversary, and Space Jam, which comes out in July. He's been kicked out of just about everything, which, I mean, it's kind of understandable. He had a super rapey vibe for a long time now. He's been trying to attack that poor cat since forever. Anyway, so Pepe. Oh, this was the scene. This is the scene that Pepe Le Pew was going to be in the movie. So, what?
Got the scene?
No. I read it.
Oh, okay. I
got the plug. LeBron sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? No, okay. So Pepe was set to appear in a black and white Casablanca-like Rick's Cafe sequence. Pepe was playing a bartender, and he starts hitting on a woman at a bar played by Santo. I don't really know who Santo is. I forgot what she's on, but attractive Latin lady named Santo is playing a bar patron, and Pepe Le Pew is the bartender. He begins kissing her arm, which she pulls back, then slamming Pepe into the chair next to hers. She then pours her drink on Pepe's on his head, and then she slams him hard and sends him spinning in his stool, which is stopped by LeBron James. LeBron stops the spinning stool, and James and Bugs Bunny are looking for Lola, and Pepe knows where her whereabouts are. Pepe tells the guys where she is, and that Pepe has a restraining order against him. So James makes the remark in the script that Pepe can't grab other tunes without their consent. So they were kind of using it for a learning lesson.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Here's this person that's going too far and attacking this patron at a bar. He gets disciplined for it, and then he also gets educated by the other characters. Like, yo, it's not okay to do that. Right. So the lady Santo, who's actually the character in the movie, she's a little upset that they pulled Pepe out because she's like, I really thought that I did that scene because it's a learning experience for Pepe and for anybody who has Pepe-like behaviors. So she thought it was very shortcoming of them to just cut it. So what do you think? Do you think they should have kept the scene in for a learning experience, or was it right that they got rid of the scene and Pepe Le Pew totally?
What I know of Pepe Le Pew, I didn't watch the cartoons, but I've always known that he was this character through you, Unique, because you've always said he was, like a rapist, like over.
You don't take no for an answer.
He wouldn't take no for it. So from the cartoon show, I can see why they would remove it, because kids watch that, and they may not know at the time, but it's something that would be in their heads and what they've learned. But for this in a movie, for them to correct it and say, hey, no, don't do that, I think they should have left that in to finally say, hey, come on, Pepe, like, no, you can't be this person. You need to walk the line. You need to respect. You need to, consent, and all that stuff. So in the movie, the other stuff they may want to correct from the past, because I wouldn't want my kids, young kids, to be seeing that. But if they were to have corrected, I think Santo is right. Like, that scene to be removed when finally he's finally getting, what he needs to be told, and to make it right. I don't know why they would remove something that is correcting the past.
Word, James.
I feel the same way she did. She hit it in a nutshell. So absolutely.
Do you think leaving them in there would make people be like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And then they go down the rabbit hole, the Pepe rabbit hole?
I think that's reaching again.
Word.
That's reaching. My son don't listen anyway. He's like Pepe. I mean, he do what he want. Shoot, ain't gonna change nothing.
Maybe because it said that maybe that's what they're trying to eliminate. All the searches for.
No.
And I think stuff like this is important, and I think if we keep trying to bury everything and cancel everything and get rid of everything, how are you going to learn? Because because you cancel something, it doesn't mean that it's not happening no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's important that if things are happening, to be able to show what's happening, so that you can have the conversations to be able to grow from these situations. But to just be like, nope, that don't exist. Nope, get rid of that. Nope, no more of that. You know what I'm saying? Now you're starting from a ground zero when you're not really starting from ground zero. That stuff still exists.
Right, absolutely.
It's still happening. Like, you know what I'm saying?
From it.
You can't hide from it. And just erasing it doesn't make it go away. Like it. I think it's dangerous.
Great idea to be watching Guardians, but as a previous topic showed, that not everybody necessarily has Guardians, and also if the adult figures actually talk to their children about these things and actually discussed, then it wouldn't be as big of problems. But I think kids watch, because they watch those things on repeat all day, over and over, and they like what they like. And from my experience, they always tend to like things that, as a mother, I'm like, oh, I don't want them to focus on that, but like, that's where their focus is, and that's what we have to talk about. So,
yeah.
And many kids, they don't watch it with their parents. They do it on their own. I mean, I know our kids sometimes go through illegal sites to find what they want to watch and things like that. So kids will do what they want, especially with all this technology and all this extra time. I don't think that would be the answer. I think removing it, ultimately, I guess, is not a bad idea. But education-wise, I wish it could have been there.
Word. Well, bye-bye Pepe, because Pepe is gone. And even if people try to fight to keep him around, Pepe's gone. Like, that's
it.
He's gone. Another thing that kind of happened this week, and I kind of want people's opinion about this, because when I saw this video and read the story, everything is not racist. Everything is not racism. Just because you talk about, if you make an observation about a group, that doesn't make it racist. Why can't it just be an observation? So there was a Zoom call with the Georgetown professor, and basically she was saying how the black students are usually at the bottom in her class. And she got fired for this, for this comment. And hold on, I'll play it for you. Hold on. Here we go.
They're a bit jumbled.
Yeah.
It's the best way I can put it. It's like, okay, let me reason through that, what you just said. Kind of thing. Yeah, unfortunately. And you know what? I hate to say this. I end up having this, angst every semester that a lot of my lower ones are blacks. Happens almost every semester. And it's like, oh, come on. Get some really good ones, but there are also usually some that are just
some good ones. That ain't racist. What is it?
You are describing a group of people.
So I feel bad.
I feel she could have used lower ranked students instead of saying lower ones.
Because I'm pretty sure some white people that's
ranked students instead of ones, like ones. Yeah, ranked students, like specify. Like I feel like she was, in a way, separating. But I know what she was saying. I feel like her word choice was bad.
I felt it was racist. It was not nice. It was not respectful.
How was it racist?
And then also what she said. If you didn't understand what she said, I can't explain it. But listen to this part. Even the beginning of the part where she said they muffling. She said that like the vocabulary, like she can't understand it. And
she said it was jumbled. She said it was jumbled.
Jumbo, muffled, whatever it was. She said, and she made it a point like she can't understand them because they talking jive talk. To me, that's how I took it. Like
that's not what she said at all.
Okay, what did she say there?
She said it was jumbled. What I heard is that an observation that I'm making as a teacher who is a college professor teaching this class is that the black students are usually at the lower end of the spectrum of my class. I do have some black students that do well, but the majority of them, they don't do as well as the other students for whatever reason or another. And it seems as though she doesn't want it to be this way, but it's just how it is. And if that's just an observation, I don't see how this is racist.
I didn't hear none of that at all.
As a very educated law professor, her word choice really is lower ones, like no, you're a professor at a university or college. Like my students.
Jumbled?
Yeah. Right.
It's the best way I can put it. It's like, okay, let me reason through that, what you just said. Yeah, unfortunately.
Let me reason through
you know what? I hate to say this. I end up having this, angst every semester that a lot of my lower ones are blacks. Happens almost every semester. And it's like, oh, come on. Get some really good ones, but there are also usually some that are
some really good ones.
Yes, because even we know that we got nignugs in the community, and you don't want the nignugs because the nignugs bring you down. You can't ignore the fact that there's nignugs. They exist. And when you get the nignugs in your class, they bring down what would seem like the prosperous students are doing.
I feel like I see Cheese seeing racism because of her poor word choice. Because, like I said, as an educated woman who's been in this business for quite a while, I'm sure she's been at court. Would those be the words that she used to argue her points? Lower ranked students, my higher ranked students, that will just justify what you're saying. But why'd you say lower ones? What do you mean lower ones? Like one beneath you? I would be offended if I was referred to as the lower one. You could tell me that I'm a lower ranked student because I could see my grades and I could see that, I'm not doing as well. But lower one, her word choice, if she corrected that, if that was the same interview with those ones changed to ranked students, I don't think it would have been as bad. Lower ones.
I'm sorry, I don't see the bashing in this. I just don't. We hear people say racist things like whoa, and I don't even feel like she was even trying to sugarcoat what she was saying. I do feel like she was trying to be as political as she possibly could be, but just by saying like I don't even want to say it, but I didn't see the bashing in this. And this brings me back to the thing of we're not. Can we stop being victims? We're not victims. You know what I'm saying? It's on us to pull up our bootstraps and be the best that we can possibly be. If we not shining, it's on us that we not shining. And if somebody points out that you're not shining, that's not being racist. I'm just pointing out that you're not shining.
First of all, they're in college, so they're trying to be the best that they can be. You know what I mean? Because you have an ignorant ass person to want to belittle them because she feel that they're not as educated as the other ones or speak as well as the other ones because they're black or they skin color. Shame on her.
But that's
They're
all.
in college. They go to Georgetown. They're bettering themselves. They're educating themselves.
But you assuming that all that happened. She didn't say none of that stuff.
Now, your child being referred to as the lower one when you're talking to that teacher, how would you feel if your own child was being referred to as a lower one instead of she's a lower ranked student? I'm sorry, Mr. Kennerly, but there's nothing we can do. She's a lower one, Mr. Kennerly. There's nothing we can do.
Well, I would already know what we're talking about, so I don't have to get the specifics of your wordage because I already know what we're talking about. You're talking about my child being on the lower end of the spectrum. I can see that by her grades or whatever you're showing me. So I don't need the specifics of your, of that kind of vernacular to understand what's going on. I think that's nitpicking to be like, well, when people say like, oh, you people, sometimes it's a you people because I don't know everybody's name. So if everybody got on blue jeans, and I'm talking about the people with blue jeans on, I'm talking about you people. So not every time when somebody says you people, is it a racist thing? We can't keep running to, oh, that's racist just because it makes you uncomfortable. Oh, that's racist.
I would like to see the report cards of her students and see who do prosper and who don't. That's what I would like to see.
I would like to see that professor correct her ways and in the future address her students as students and not.
I mean, before she even get to that, they fired her, and I think that's dangerous too. But no, what do we learn from this? There's no learning. You know what I'm saying? Is somebody sitting her down?
You can't be ignorant and you can't be racist. You can't choose. Like KK said, you have to choose your words carefully. You have to be respectful.
Okay, so this is what the her name was Sandra Sellers, and this is what she said. She said, in her resignation letter, she said, I would never do anything to intentionally hurt my students or Georgetown law, and I wish I can take back my words. Regardless of my intent, I have done irreparable harm, and I am truly sorry for this. So, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody blew her words way to the side, and I really don't find that her intention was to do or say anything racist. And I think everybody keeps beating this racist horse is going to make it so diluted that it's never ever going to get fixed because it's going to be like, oh, that guy said something about when what's her name, the comedian, what was her name? Roseanne Barr. When Roseanne Barr talked about that, one lady said she looked like a monkey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody immediately was like, "Oh, she's being racist." That lady looked like a monkey.
But you can't say that though.
That's messed up.
Because that's what they called us from hundreds and hundreds of years to belittle us, right? So you gotta be careful. No, you gotta be careful. I wish we had the professor that was on TMZ because he articulated really well why was that racist and what was the reason behind that and why she should be fired. But I can't break it down to that point. But you know when you see racism and when people speak of hate, that's speaking of hate to me. Maybe not to you, which is so sad because you're like me. But hey, maybe one day you'll think different. I don't know.
I can't walk around with my guard up all the time. Like, oh, somebody just said something racist. That's exhausting. And that's
not walking around with your guard all the time. I mean, I experience it all the time, but sometimes you deal with it the way you deal with it. Maybe you might not think it's racism or how people treat me or how they treat you, but so other people would say, hey, I don't like how you treated me. You know what I'm saying? Do you treat everyone like that? Do you say those things to everyone like that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if you. I guess we agree to disagree.
Erica have actually called for an audit of her grading of the students' evaluation because of her comments.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how far they'll be going back and
how
it looks compared to other professors in other classes. That might be a good, interesting way of maybe seeing deeper into it as to is she or is she not?
But okay, as a college professor or even just a high school teacher or anything like that too, don't you have like a track record? Like, doesn't that affect your score as a teacher or whatever if you have students that aren't doing well? Like, why would you intentionally want students to do bad? That makes you look bad.
It doesn't. It seems like she is more concerned that this is the trend,
Mm-hmm.
but her
That's how I saw it. I saw it as her being concerned, like, man, why is this the way that it is?
yeah, that her word choice is just
Word.
like and according to MJB, she was just having a talk with her colleague. This wasn't anything like official. She wasn't talking to her students. So for that to be taken out of its context, for somebody to share that, now that again, but yeah, I guess in your position, you'll always have to be on your toes.
Is it, if she would have singled out a particular group of people, that's racism. If she was talking about all students, then that's cool. She was talking about all the students. It's just that the students that she sees amongst all the students on the lower end were the black students. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to. I understand everybody's point of view. I really do. But I'm just my agree to disagree on this situation is I don't think she was intentionally trying to be racist. I just don't. And I don't think every time somebody says something about black people that everybody be like, oh, they being racist because they talking about black people. Nah, son. It's not that way all the time.
Agree to disagree on that because I feel like her word choice kind of gives off like you're not as respectful to the lower end of the students. Just feel like just the respect factor, your position should have let you be a little more careful about your word choices. Your business is about words, word choices, and how you communicate that. I mean, if she's just talking like that just regularly, then maybe the other things are just act. If she's, how people can be so professional, but when they're in their own little world with their buddies, they say things, those get videoed, and you share. It's like, oh my God, maybe that's a face that she's putting out into the world as a businesswoman, but she was comfortable. Word choice.
Word choice. And you would hope that at a place at school, you know what I'm saying, you would be treated equally. But and this kind of brings me to my point sometimes, even with the Meghan Markle situation with the royal family, like, are we still fighting for inclusion? Why are we still fighting for inclusion? Can we stop trying to fight for inclusion and just focus on building ourselves, our communities to be the best that it can be? We've been fighting for inclusion forever. And you're trying to fight for inclusion with people that don't want to include you. Stop wasting your breath. Stop wasting your time and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and handle your business. And stop trying to be like, oh, I want them to treat me fairly. They're not going to treat you fairly. They haven't, and they will not. They don't want to. So treat yourself fair. Treat each other fair. Make them want to come to you instead of you keep trying to want to go to them. They don't want you there.
Meghan Markle is of the royal family. But, I mean, everybody wants to be treated equal within their family. I mean, if you're being picked on by your own family members, I think you do have something, you need to out. But that's going like back to this family. You want to be included by your family. I don't care about what anybody else thinks in this world, but I do want to be accepted by my children, my husband, my, mother, brother, in-laws, and all that. So
I do with in-laws to a certain extent. I'm like, whatever, if you don't like me,
Everybody else, like, okay, like, we'll be cordial, respectful, but I do want to be included in some.
I like what Erica's saying. Erica's saying no one ever goes deep into that conversation. Maybe if she would have had started to talk about the real problem or some real solutions, that could have saved her, but wasn't enough time. And I'm going to highlight the wasn't enough timeline because it's like that you get canceled as soon as you do something that people don't like. And I'm like, you can all these experiences, every time we make a mistake, that's an opportunity to grow. But as soon as you make a mistake, people chop your head off. How do you grow with your head chopped off? You know what I'm saying? They could have had a Georgetown law sensitivity course or whatever that she probably could have took to help her word things better. Or maybe she could have really helped dive into the problem of how she can help those students not be on the lower end anymore. But before we can get to results, everybody's head gets chopped off. It's you gone. Nope. You made me upset. So no. And that's how we're acting. We're acting like she's what?
She's a professor too, right? She's a teacher.
Don't matter. You don't think she can't learn?
Let me finish.
Okay.
So why she didn't take one of those kids that she was talking about personally and to the side and say, "Hey, you're doing this." She didn't mention that. She could have mentioned that.
This is a 45-second clip. We don't know the whole conversation.
Well, she made a statement. She could have said that in that apology also. Could say, "Hey, you know what? What's going on? Why are you falling lower than the other kids in my class?"
We only assuming that that's not happening.
I doubt it.
See, that's your perspective on how you see it.
It is. And that's your perspective too. So
it's a fact that we don't know that that's not happening because we don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's my assumption that it could be happening, and maybe just this little 44. This is a 44-second clip out of a whole conversation she probably had, and they ended this woman's career off a 44-second clip. There's no growth from that. We can't walk around chopping everybody's heads off just because somebody made you uncomfortable, made you not like it. Now we're getting rid of the boys and girls department because it made you uncomfortable and made you not like it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it trickles down. Life, you're gonna have tough stuff happen to you in life. That's the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if every roadblock you got to, you was like, "Oh no, get rid of that. That's challenging." Come on, man.
As a person who is not Black, I wasn't comfortable with her word choices. So, and I don't know if that's race. I mean, why would I be offended by what she said if she's not talking about me? But I do feel in a way like, that's not right.
Yeah. Well, we come to the determination. She had a poor choice of words. All I'm saying is that before we knock everybody's heads off, there's got to be a learning factor for this.
It's a little more poor choice of words to me.
All righty. Oh man, we didn't get to. I guess we could talk about this next week. Bill Gates trying to block out the sun.
Oh my God! Do you have anything joyous to talk about today? Something happy? Something?
I know.
Well, did y'all do any research and stories to share about anything?
Oh, I told you I had a few of them.
Okay, well, give us some good stuff before we get out of here. So give us some good stuff before we get out of here.
Love, peace, and happiness.
Okay, you an asshole. I said give us a good story before we get out of here.
You're an asshole. Love, peace, and happiness. 2 words. You can go back to you, brother. That arrow pointed right back to you. It's a U-turn right in your ass. Love,
give us a good story. You said you had some good stories. Give us a good story before we get out of here.
The Grammys are coming on this Sunday, right? The Grammys.
The Grammys are coming on this yes.
Yes, the Grammys. That seems like a party.
Yes, I'm excited for the Grammys because I'm excited to see Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak perform their new song. That's gonna be dope.
Oh, I really enjoy that. But yeah, that was definitely something to look forward to. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is like like few decades."
Real quick before we get out of here, so this is stuff for this is record of the year. Record of the year is Black Parade by Beyonce, Colors by Black Pumas, Rockstar by The Baby, Say So by Doja Cat. Is this from this year? Yep. Huh. Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Circles by Post Malone, and Savage by Megan Thee Stallion. Turn up. Album of the year. Big shout out to Jhené Aiko for being nominated for Album of the Year for Chilumbo. Black Pumas from Black Puma. Everyday Life from Coldplay. D. Jesse from Jacob Collier. Women in Music by Haim. Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. And Taylor Swift's Folklore. Song of the Year. Black Parade by Beyonce. The Box by Roddy. What's his name? Roddy Roch or Roddy something like that. Roddy. Cardigan by Taylor Swift. Circles, Post Malone. Don't Start Now. Dua Lipa. Everything I Wanted. Billie Eilish. I Can't Breathe by Her. And If the World Was Ending. JP Stax. I'm trying to see what other categories would be good on here. Best Pop Solo Performance. Yummy. Justin Bieber, Say So, Doja Cat, Everything I Wanted, Billie Eilish, Don't Start Now, Dua Lipa, Watermelon Sugar, Harry Styles, Cardigan by Taylor Swift. So it looks like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat, they're nominated for multiple Grammys this evening, so they have an opportunity to walk away with a lot of jewelry. So I don't know. Are you guys tuning in? Is anybody going to tune in and watch the Grammys?
Well, if you're planning to, it'll be on Sunday, March 14th at noon at Grammy.com. They'll be streaming live internationally. So, you might want to catch that on Sunday. But Justin Bieber is boycotting?
Why is he boycotting? Oh, good Lord Jesus. He going to put that cry song out that he got with him crying on it?
It's not so bad.
Huh?
I don't mind listening to that.
No, it's not a bad song. It's just weird hearing a billionaire crying that nobody likes me. It's like, relax.
I can't relate.
Yeah, it'd be okay.
I can't relate.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would be March 14th. So hopefully that'll be a great show. Trevor Noah will be hosting, according to Hams. So I think that'd be cool. I like him. I feel like
he's mad because he wanted to be in R&B. They put him in pop. I mean, he's a pop musician.
I guess.
But the album that he did release when he first made his comeback, he was saying that it's an R&B album. But he's a pop artist. So I don't. He can boycott if he wants to. I think he'll be okay.
I think you should be happy that you're nominated at always in these kind of situations. You're being picked amongst hundreds to be up there. I know you put in the work, but that sounds a little spoiled.
But I want to be R&B.
Like, dude, but you have a better chance over here in pop.
Not really, because the albums for best R&B, it's like Happy to Be Here for Ant Clemens, Take Time from Giveon, To Feel Loved by Luke James, Bigger Love from John Legend, and All Rise from Gregory Porter. So it's like he would have probably won in that category. Oh well. Tune in Sunday and be able to see it. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Miss KK?
I would like to say thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm glad you guys are still safe and sound, and please continue to keep those masks on so that we may be able to return to the norm.
The norm. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. We do appreciate it. Yeah, maybe we're trying to find some happier stories next week to kind of balance it out. But hey, this is the world we live in right now, and there's nothing wrong with talking about what's happening in the world right now. So turn up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week for the Unique and Cheese Show. Special guest KK in the Hood, 9 a.m. on Fridays and then 12 noon on the East Coast. Turn up. Have a good one, Miss Christy. He did have a hissy fit. All I wanted was a good story. All I was just like, can you just give us a good story then? Whatever. I know. He'll be all right. He's sensitive. Anyway, peace. You guys have a good weekend.